This is Mr. Evilcheese.
And I'm Zombie God.
This is our review of the Threezero Walking Dead 1/6 scale Daryl Dixon action figure. And there's the box that came kind of squished. The figure's not hurt, but the box is hurt. See, this is the Threezero Store Exclusive version. You have to buy directly from the Threezero store to get this version. And it comes with a couple extra things. And there you can see pictures on the box. Get out of the way, us! Cool picture there. I don't know what season that is, like 4 or 5 or something like that. And you can see if you look really closely, it says Daryl Dixon. And then got the usual blood splatter. That's a pretty cool squished picture there. And this pops open. So Daryl Dixon again. There's a big picture there.
That is also an old picture.
Yeah. And there you can see the figure. Kind of hard to see in all the plastic, but we're going to take them out. But yeah, this figure, this is really overdue. Well, we said this many times, but they made the pet walker so long ago. And they should have had Daryl and Rick and Michonne and all the people made long time ago. But most of them came out pretty recently, other than the pet walkers. Alright, there he is, opened up. And there you can see all of his accessories. He comes with a bunch of arrows, or bolts, if you want to call them bolts. But I just call them arrows, I don't give a shit. And there's his crossbow. It's got some more arrows on it. And they actually are removable. I was wondering if they were. Crossbow looks pretty cool. He's got 4 alternate hands. He's got his little hunting knife, a handgun, and I believe this is one of the exclusives. The exclusive quiver for his arrows, and this exclusive shirt that you can put underneath of his vest. So that's pretty cool. Oh, almost forgot. He comes with his poncho from way back in like season 2 or something. So looking at his head, I'd say I'm pretty happy with it. Because I wasn't really happy with the Rick head and the Merle Dixon head. I like the face, but the whole head didn't look right. His forehead was gigantic and didn't look right. But this one I think looks like Daryl. And the hair might be, I mean, I think the shape of his hair is good. But I mean, I could see some people not liking the way they did these plastic chunks of hair coming down. But I'm okay with it.
His hair is always in his face.
Yeah. It really does, just the way they have it, what would you call that? Like just the way it's hanging looks like it. Like just the way it goes over his ears like that. Everything, that's how his hair is. I think they did a pretty good job of it. And when I first seen the preview pictures of the Daryl figure, I wasn't really too impressed with the face, but I'm guessing they improved it, because I really think this looks like Norman Reedus as Daryl. It's not perfect, but I think it looks pretty good.
It's pretty good, especially the eyes, because
yeah,
they always have an issue with that, and I think they look a lot like him.
I'm thinking the things that might be a little weak on it are, as I think the wrinkles in his face should be a little bit more defined, and maybe some of his facial hair could be a little better painted, probably just painted a little better. Overall though, I think they did a pretty good job on that head. I'm happy with it. This shirt really reminds me of the early seasons, like season 2.
Yeah, his crusty, disgusting, I haven't showered in like 6 months shirt.
Yeah. So that's cool. I do kind of wish there was an alternate sleeveless shirt, because he didn't, like, I like the alternate, or like the, I don't know, what other color did he have? Like just the real dark shirt at some point. I mean, we got the long sleeve one, but I mean, there was a cutoff shirt that he wore. But still, it's cool to have that version. Well, it'd also be cool if they just, I don't really care that much, but I mean, it could be cool if they would have came with an alternate head that had his old haircut from like season 1 and 2.
Oh, it's real short.
Yeah. I don't really like that look as much as his newer look. I like the longer hair, but still, I mean, it would have been kind of cool. Like usual, Threezero's weathering on the clothes is really well done. It looks so dirty and gross, and that's a good thing.
They really like to dirty shit up.
And they're good at it.
Let's make some cool stuff and then destroy it.
And the vest too. The vest looks really well done, and also has a lot of wear to it.
Being good at wear and tear is especially important for a line of apocalypse toys.
Yeah. Now here's the part I'm not completely sure at. These look a little too white to me. I thought they were a little darker, or maybe a little dirtier. But I could be wrong.
I don't know.
They just seem like they're so white here. They are a little bit dirtied up, but yeah, we looked up pictures and they're definitely dirtier than this. They're more of a tan color that they're so dirty, but this is pretty much white.
And they're also not as connected at the top. They're kind of just like butted up right against each other, but not. It makes it look like they're one piece there.
Yeah. But still, it's cool that that's there, because that's pretty iconic to the series.
It's not exactly right, but they still did a good job. I like it.
Mm-hmm. And I like the way they did the skin on his arm. There's sort of a texture to it that makes it look like he's all dirty and crusty. And the paint makes it look that way. And all scratched up too. He's got a big boo-boo on his arm there.
Looks like road rash or something.
Yeah, it does. Cuts on him. Cuts up there and then cut in his hand. Big scratch down there. So yeah, the sculpt and paint on his arms are pretty good.
He even comes with a butt rag.
Yep. If they didn't give him a butt rag, then they weren't paying attention. 'Cause he's always had a butt rag. Like from the beginning and to the end.
How else is he gonna shit in the woods?
Yeah, I know. And they gave him some dirty pants. Just like everything else, they're weathered very nicely. There's string shouldn't be there though. Got some like almost holes in them. Actually look like there may be a hole in a couple spots.
Sewing on the butt pockets is pretty detailed.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I really like them pants. You get down to his boots. I've never really noticed what his boots look like, so I'm just assuming that's right. I don't know. Got some weathering to them. So here's a closer look at his crossbow. And we have determined that this is his original crossbow, because his newer one has like green on it, and also all the arrows have green on the little fins. I don't know what you call that.
Oh, I'm trying to remember what they're called. I should know that.
And like I said, I know these are called bolts usually when you're talking about a crossbow, but they're arrows, damn it! I kind of preferred his newer one. It's a cool looking crossbow, and they got the real string in there. Actually, it's elastic, so you could probably fire an arrow. It's probably got real arrow firing action. We'll try that. Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna fire. It might break it's gonna fire hard too.
Well, at least it comes with lots of extra ones.
Yeah, I didn't pull that back very far. If you would have pulled it all the way back, it'd really go flying. That's pretty cool. And the strap's really nicely done. Also looks weathered. It's really detailed. And the metal parts of the crossbow are very weathered. Man, they're so good at that. I like the way these are actually removable, because they could have just made them permanently attached, but you can actually take them out. So that's really cool. And like we said, he comes with 5 extra arrows, bolts. And that's really cool. And it does have the little notch at the bottom, so you can fire them. And here's the exclusive quiver. Got a real string attached to it. You can just drop them in there. That's pretty cool. And this thing's also very weathered. looks like he just kind of made this himself out of what, like a little PVC pipe or something. Strapped a little piece of cloth at the bottom, I'm guessing is what he did. I don't know. I never really paid much attention to his quiver on the show, but it looks like he just kind of made this out of himself. I mean,
made it out of himself.
Yes, he cut himself.
He cut his leg off, hollowed it out.
He just kind of made it himself out of parts he found. That's cool. And here's the handgun. I'm not sure if this comes out or not. Oh, it does. The magazine comes out and you actually see a bullet sticking out of it. That's cool. Oh, and this moves too. That's neat when 6-scale guns can do that. Hey, go back. Okay. And here's this kniffy. Actually, you can see through the holes in the handle. That's cool. And he's got the sheath attached to his belt. Have you even look at his belt? I don't think so. Oh, look at that. Yeah, his belt looks pretty good.
Got a big old country boy belt buckle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll stick the knife in the sheath and see what that looks like. So, there it is in the sheath. That looks pretty cool. And here is his poncho, which looks pretty nice. That's one thing cool about getting a Season 2 Daryl, is you get the poncho. And the printing on it looks really good. So here he is with the poncho on. We got a little, we're not really sure how to wrap it around.
Not like this.
I tried it.
Sure.
I tried it, and Zombie Cat's like, let me do it. And I'm like,
I just wanted to try. I failed. I admit that I failed.
yeah, I don't know how to wrap it around there. But there you go. That's cool. We come with the poncho. Trying to look like Clint Eastwood. That's why I liked it. It really looked like they're trying to, like it was because of Clint Eastwood. They gave him this Clint Eastwood like poncho. Mexican poncho. So there he is without the vest on and just the shirt. Still looks pretty cool. But now let's try to put this shirt on. So there he is without a shirt on. And it looked kind of funny because you see all the joints. Okay, so got his work shirt on and it fits him pretty well. I like it. It snaps up to here. This button is just for show. It just has to be open like that. And then you got his collar. Pockets are on there. Look pretty good. A little wrinkly back there. I think it's a little wrinkly from it being folded in the package.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Alright, so there he is with the vest over top of the work shirt. And I think that looks really cool.
It does look really good. I think I prefer the other shirt though, just because his arms look so nice. It's the same shame to cover them up.
Yeah.
But I do really like this shirt too.
Yeah, I like both looks. Like some figures I sometimes think I'd switch them up. But I think this is probably one that I might actually switch up once in a while. Because I do like the sleeveless version and I like this version too. But I believe this also is in Season 2. Towards the end of Season 2, I think he started wearing the long sleeve. Because remember when he rode away in a motorcycle, I think he had long sleeves on towards the end. When they
That
had.
sounds right.
So here he is holding the crossbow. Takes a little working his joints around to get it in a good position. And stuck a bolt into the crossbow. Put his quiver on. So that looks pretty cool. Putting the crossbow in his hands makes him look even more Daryl Dixon-y. So I think this is up there with one of the better ones. Like Negan, I think may have been the best human so far, but I think Daryl may be up there too. I don't know. He could be just as good as Negan, maybe even better. I'm not sure.
I think they're a tie.
Yeah, I could be. I don't know. But I think they did an excellent job of this. I wish the Rick would have been as good as the Daryl and Negan. Michonne, I think, is pretty good too.
Rick was definitely the worst human, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Merle could have been excellent if they hadn't given him a fucking egghead.
And from the looks of it, the upcoming Glenn is done pretty well. He looks so much like Glenn. But yeah, it is. I really like this. I think this figure is done really well. I think
it's better than I expected, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm pleasantly surprised with how nice it is.
I think they should have started off with like maybe Daryl or Rick. But with this quality at least. And I think the line I don't know how well the line's selling. Maybe it's selling really good, but I'm just assuming it probably would have did better than whatever it's doing if the early figures looked like this. Because I don't know how well anything's going to sell now, because Walking Dead's popularity is dropping so fast. As for this figure, I love it. So there he is kneeling. That looks pretty cool. And there he is holding a handgun with his crossbow on his back. So now we'll go over the articulation. So his head can spin all the way around like a crazy psycho. His head can tilt back and forth. There's articulation in there, it's not solid. So it can actually move a little bit. So yeah, articulation of the neck's pretty damn good. Then up at the shoulders, go straight up, out to the side, can spin, go up and down like that. Then at the elbow, oh, I can go like that too. That's pretty cool. Then at the elbow, go up about that far. The wrist, it can spin. And there's the hinge. And at the torso, oh man, there's a lot of movement there. That's pretty impressive. Look at that, man. That's really articulated. And I think it can spin there too. And then down at the hips, it can also spin around. And then here, legs can kick out about that far. You can do pretty much a split. Spin there at the top of the thigh. Looks like he's got double jointed knees. And spin down at the boot. I'm not sure what all the articulation on. The boot goes up kind of far, so it can basically spin and just move around a little bit. I think it's a ball joint, but you gotta get much else other than the spinning. So the articulation's pretty good on him. You can get him in some really good poses, and his clothes don't really hinder him very much. Only place the clothes hinder him, I'd say, is just a little bit, like at the hips, but not very much. I think you'd get him in pretty much any pose you'd want with the legs. So articulation's pretty damn good with him. Yeah, I'm impressed. And now for some comparisons to previous Threezero Walking Dead figures. Here's his best buddy, Long-Leggedy Ricked Grimes. Long-Leggedy Ricked Grimes.
Ricked!
But this is my least favorite of Threezero's human figures. But still, I mean, it's Rick Grimes. If you're going to get these figures, you gotta have a Rick Grimes, and I think, not counting customs, I think this is the best Rick Grimes 6 scale you can get. There are some older versions, like when he's in his police uniform, that look pretty good. But I think I'd rather have after the police uniform. And for that look, I think this is the best you can get. Like I said, not counting customs, because there's some pretty amazing customs out there.
His legs are so long.
I know.
I can't get over that.
I need to shorten them. I always say I'm going to do it, and I just never did it. Here's Daryl Dixon next to his brother, the long four-headed Merle Dixon.
Look at that noggin.
I know, he's an
It was so close to being really good. And I don't understand how that happened.
I know. And I think he's a little short. Just a little bit. I mean, you could fix that with pegs, which I planned on doing and never did.
Maybe that's why I made his head so long.
Yeah.
Trying to make him taller.
He's too short. Don't adjust the body. Let's just make his forehead taller. Originally, maybe it went up to like here. They're like, that's just too much.
I think they might notice.
Yeah.
We still noticed.
But still, that's cool seeing the Dixon brothers together again. Again. Man, I'm a little messed up.
I hadn't noticed.
I always thought Merle was taller, so I don't know. Maybe not. I'll put their heights there, if I remember.
Here he is with Mitchiny.
And I modified this when I took off her vest and bought her some different pants. But she's one that I think they did a pretty good job on. They made her in her season 3 outfit. But that's why I didn't really like the vest. I thought it was too bulky. That's why I took that off and just got some different pants, because the pants she wears are usually pretty tight, and the pants she came with are a little bit baggy, so that's why I got different pants.
I like those pants better.
Me too. I'm not done with her though. I think I want to get her a different top.
She needs a clear shirt.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
A clear shirt so you can see her nipples.
Not what I meant! And you know it!
And here's Daryl next to possibly the best Threezero Walking Dead figure. Out of the humans, at least. Although, I don't know. I'm starting to think I might like this Daryl better. But the Negan's pretty well done. The biggest issue with him that we had was his beard wasn't painted on. But now it's painted on. I customized it. Painted his beard on.
Fixinated it.
Yeah, because you could barely see it before. I mean, it was sculpted, but it wasn't painted. So now it's on there. But I was pretty impressed with this figure. The face sculpt and everything wasn't perfect, but it's pretty damn good and looks like Jeffrey Dean Morgan. And just the shape of the body and everything looks good.
I'm having a really hard time deciding. I think they really are a tie for me.
Well, that's alright.
I like them both a lot.
I think the thing for me is there's more going on with Daryl that they got. And Negan doesn't have much going on, but they got, you know what I mean? Like there's... They're both done.
He's cleaner.
Yeah, they're both done the way they're supposed to be. There's just a lot more that Daryl has going on, like the different layers of shirts and
everything's more worn and dirty and more detailed in that respect.
Mm. Also, Daryl has more options with the black shirt.
Negan doesn't need options.
But if you're counting the beard thing, though, that kind of bugs me.
Yeah.
Also, the skin on his face the color is a little weird. He looks a little bit sickly.
I think he looks 10 times better now that his beard's painted, though. It's not as noticeable.
Mm.
When his you couldn't see the beard, all you could see was his mustache. It made him look way worse.
Yeah. And there's Daryl next to Michonne's Pet Walkers. That's the first Threezero Walking Dead figures that came out ever. And it's kind of hard to say who's better, because when zombies compared to humans is different, because they don't have to be as accurate to the actors. And because they're zombies, there's a lot of wrinkles and gore detail and all that stuff.
Scuzz.
Yeah. And they can extra mess up their clothes, like how wrinkled they are and everything. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of hard to compare. But I really do like these the pet walkers. I do wish they would make other walkers. They showed previews of other ones they were working on, but that was a long time ago. And I don't know if they're ever going to come out with them.
It makes me sad. I like zombie figures so much. I want more.
Me too.
A deer eater zombie would be super awesome.
Yeah, that's not one of the ones that's previewed, but that would have been cool. And there's all the Threezero Walking Dead figures that have come out so far. Glenn is next, and I think that's all they have shown. I don't know if they're coming out with any more after Glenn.
Zombies! Do it!
Okay, so I really like this figure. I think it is up there with Negan as the best, and I think it's kind of hard to pick which one is better. I think I like the Daryl just a little bit better, but that's tough. Just because, like we were saying, he's so much dirtier and has worn clothes, which makes it look good, and then he's all clean, so it's hard to compare. But I really like the Daryl. I like the vest and the shirt and the extra shirt. I like his crossbow, although I wish it was the newer crossbow.
Do you like his poncho?
I like the design, but it's hard to get it to wrap around him right.
We're not experienced ponchoists.
Yeah, it looks good on you.
Like I said before, I can't pick between the two of them. It's a tie for me. But this Daryl is really good.
Yep.
I'm pleasantly surprised at how nice he looks.
Yeah, the body looks really good. The proportions, I think, look good, which was a problem with Merle and Rick. And I really like that head sculpt, and the hair, I think, is really well done, too. One minor thing we mentioned is just, I think, maybe these wings on the back could have been a little dirtier.
If we really wanted to, we could dirty him up ourselves.
Yeah. But yeah, I really like him. I think he's awesome. So if you're not sure if you wanted him, I'd say he's worth getting. He's pretty cool. Well, it's Mr. Evilcheese.
And I'm Zabaka. That's what's goodbye.
Hey, Daryl. You want to take the 2 walkers on the right or the 3 walkers on the left? Come again, Daryl? What you say? What? No. You're gonna have to speak up. I know we gotta be quiet, but what did you say? What? What are you saying? Speak up. What are you saying, Daryl? What?
Hey man, this